playoffs, the World Championship Series, World Championship 2019, and playing from the south. Guy who's was 2-0 up earlier on in this series and is now in a 2-2 situation, playing as the Soviets from the south side of Crossroads, licking his wounds. It's Jove.
And against him on the bounce back now is VonAsten representing OKW. He'll be playing from the north, and I think he locked in his doctrine quicker than he even selected his first troop, so he definitely knows what he wants. Can he go out and get it and secure the ultimate comeback to win the series 3-2? Let's see.
Yeah, both players going in with commanders. Different from Jove this time, actually playing Soviets. He's gone with armored assault tactics. Great choice to go in from the start because of radio intercept, which is going to be telling him the units that come on from the OKW side. Invaluable in figuring out what kind of tech is going on. I don't think we're going to see anything different from OKW though.
He went exactly the units I predicted for the first 3 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
But just in case the opponent throws a curveball, it is very useful, especially on timings of the light vehicles and when they get out.
Sure.
Etc.
I think one of the good things though is that on a map like this, instead of having things like the KV8, which is very slow, it's a bit more of an open map. He's still going to get the IS-2 late game. He's going to have the Skirmishing IL-2 strafe, really good at suppressing and forcing infantry retreats, plus T-34 85s. He's going to have a mobile, better, heavy tank loadout. So I think this is a more appropriate commander for the map.
Arguably the best medium tank in the game, the T-34 85, takes 5 hits from AT guns to kill it, and has an up-tiered gun. So yeah, brilliant choice I think here from Jove.
First engagements coming in now, both of them on the fuel points. VonAsten, of course, is not gone to the right-hand side of the map. He's taken all of his units over to the left and is going to try and dominate fuel and just sit comfortably on his side of the map. Doesn't want to do anything risky. Stern Pioneers already took a lot of health loss from the models in that first engagement, so Stern Pioneers just trying to cap safely whilst the Volksgrenadiers take a lot of the damage. Jove has some units on the retreat path when these units do make the retreat.
Yeah, getting 2 flanks on, but crucially an unprotected cutoff point from VonAsten, so this could be a really early decap from Jove. I think he smells it and he's going for it, and this is a brilliant play here because you see the munitions, the fuel down on the bottom of the counter of the screen under the players' names. It will just drop like a rock straight through the bottom of the floor, and boom, suddenly you got a huge advantage on a map with extra strategic points compared to the others.
Yeah. This is brutal, actually. Fortunately, VonAsten has managed to connect the right-hand side of the map. Just bring up the tactical map so everyone can see what's going on here. So this has actually been negated a little bit by the fact VonAsten's got on the right. But I think Jove actually will be coming off better, just purely because of those strategic points in through the center. So good gameplay.
Yeah, didn't pivot round to get the other cutoff. So yeah, like you said, not too hit by that from VonAsten. Nice pivoting play.
Just thinking that if VonAsten can connect this quick enough, he might get some quick fuel injection.
Yeah. Oh, it loses the conscripts. They secure the top fuel, decap it up north. Fighting off the Volksgrenadiers is dangerously low. Stay a bit long. A lot of manpower bleed early from VonAsten.
Looks like just waiting for those resources to come in. What's it going to be?
Haven't seen one flak half track yet. Semi-finals into the finals.
Where's he going? It's mechanized. We see it. Waiting for him to hit that button, but we kind of knew.
Yeah. With everything, with $2,000 on the line for this third place playoff, you are not going to suddenly come out with wacky strats. You're going to go with the tried and tested, what you know best. Just maximize that chance of victory.
Mine has been planted here. VonAsten's already got minesweepers up. I really like seeing this because the mines, this is like a preemptive support package upgrade on the Stern Pioneers. Because Jove has been playing mines so well throughout the rest of the series, VonAsten showing that he's learnt from that in previous games and is going to take...
mitigating that manpower bleed. One mine normally costs 2 models. That's like 50 manpower a pop. So, and just as we're saying it, already laying more, even with the flamethrower upgrade. This is early munition utilization from Jove.
It's actually really important to continue laying the mines even though the Stern Pioneers are sweeping them, because it gives the Stern Pioneers something to do and means they have to be everywhere. They can't kind of focus on being this aggressive unit over the field. So you know, mines will either work at some point or they'll draw away this unit, which is a really good thing to do for Jove. Yeah,
good point. Keeping the Stern Pios busy early game basically negates all their offensive capabilities. They are one of the the 8 pop cap, and it's probably the strongest early game unit.
That's right, and Stern Pioneers here. Again, you just see them scouting forward. This is a great position. They've also now got green cover, which was built by Jove. They can use that from their side. Meanwhile, in the west, Engineers trying to hold off the Volksgrenadiers.
Yeah, the extra long sandbags at the conscript square can sometimes really screw you over against your opponent. Stern Pios trying Italy to fight it out to the end. Each model forces off another conscript.
Such a strong showing from VonAsten. You know, we were kind of like, he's got to win 3 games, you know, to become 3rd place in this tournament, and he's doing it.
Selfishly, my voice was like, please don't. But really, this has been an intense series. Well worth all the money that these guys get after this series. It's been a great comeback from VonAsten, but can he complete it though? He's got that, you know, he's got the first 2 stages done. It's the very pivotal one now that lies ahead.
Luke's is now in the build for VonAsten. Still waiting on Jove. He's tier 2 at the moment. Has the option to go tier 3 now if he wants to. But he's got to do something. When the Luke's comes out, it's going to create a window where VonAsten's going to have a real field advantage. The Stern Pioneers have been doing a great job of doing all the mine sweeping. They're going to see mines on the retreat here if VonAsten is paying attention. And
wonder if he gets the notification, you know how the mine has been reviewed.
I think, yeah, we may have seen it.
I mean, I'm never aware of it in game when I'm playing 1v1 of ever looking at those things, but players can use them, and I think you can use the spacebar as well just to jump between the messages.
You've stolen my, yep, the event queue is
oh, yeah.
You press space to snap to the
I never use it, but I think it's there. Cheeky mines everywhere, though, by Jove. Just laying them on every point he's capping. Luke's, though, hits the field, and no T70 yet for Jove. Does he have the prerequisite buildings? He does. Just saving for that manpower.
Luke's needs to be careful. Needs to be careful. All the mines cannot be anywhere without these Stern Pioneers. Mines detected again. Really good spot from VonAsten. I'll be disappointed if he pushes the Lukes or dives the Lukes, because he knows, you know, he's seeing mines everywhere. But one of the really good things about this, let's just talk about Jove for a second, is like having all these mines everywhere. It just means this is what's buying him time to get the T70, because
definitely, and it also means if he doesn't have the 80 grenades teched up, he's kind of got a little safety out mechanism, which he doesn't. So yeah, it's probably a good thing he was popping down all these mines all over the map, because buys him that time to get the manpower to tech his.
Another great way of clearing mines is with infantry. They don't have the minesweeper package, but they double up as great expendable models.
Budget minesweepers.
Yep. Look, better the Volksgrenadiers than the Panzer II Lukes.
Savage. But Luke's on some cover clearing duties, just showing extremities that these players go to deny the opponent heavy cover. Such a good mechanic in this game. Really swing engagements, so you've got to deny it from your enemy.
You see here, just kind of trying to get out of there with the Panzer II Lukes at the moment. Engineers. Now this is interesting. Double flamethrowers. Now this is why he does to replace the KV8
or just absolute balls of steel. I will never hit a mine. Don't worry.
But maybe VonAsten can identify this and know that there is really no minesweeping capabilities other than obviously model wipes from infantry. Then that's actually a really good thing for him. He can lay down some mines in his own territory, not have to worry about those deep pushes.
Almost like a
crossroads.
Cooking course as well for OKW. Apply liberally incendiary grenade to enemy conscript. Stir for 3 minutes and squad will be wiped. But he's forced off by the Lukes here. Cons narrowly get away. They'll be alright. 6 model squad. Gives you some leeway at playing as Soviets. Especially with the amount of models in their squad.
T17.
Nice little pirouette there from the T70. Long-range snipes on the MG squad, but that green cover again proving amazing, protecting that squad.
VonAsten's going to have the Puma out. 20 seconds, and don't forget, by the way, Jove does have radio intercept with this commander. If he is still listening, and we can as well, Jove should get the notification that Puma's on the field, and he is already building the AT gun, so he is prepared for this. Should hear it now. I didn't hear it, but we do see it here.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, indeed. Sometimes you can get two messages at once, and the announcer interrupts himself.
That does happen.
At least we haven't seen Brits today, where the ability is ready. It can come in all the time with the vague instruction. Master retreat from the conscripts in the east here from Jove, giving up that position. Good push here from VonAsten, and he's doubled up and got the Puma to complement his Lukes. So needs that AT gun. Good play.
It's almost like the Ardennes trailer.
Or synchronized swimming with little light vehicles. Good little routine they got off there.
And I just want to point out that we're coming up to 11 minutes 30 seconds of the game at the moment. Neither player has dropped below 450 VPs. Both players have put a lot of focus into the VP game so far, and that to me is like a really... We haven't seen this in the previous games. That's kind of like... They know that things can go, you know, as the game progresses, you can end up in some really bad VP situations. Both of them are paying attention to it right from the start.
Yeah, I hate these kind of games.
Yeah.
It's the decider, and you just know, even letting it tick for a couple more seconds, so much more brutally fought over. Lukes gets snared up though in the mid. Is there any follow-up with that Zis gun?
There is indeed. Zis gun is ready to fire on the Lukes. It's actually missing the shots at the moment. Volksgrenadiers are trying to stop the conscripts getting up for a second AT grenade. And we could see smoke from the Puma if there's any problems, so I think there is still cover there. Of course, MG support means conscripts cannot advance. VonAsten doing some great work to capture the left-hand side of the map whilst all these engagements going on.
Yeah, sneaks the Lukes away unscathed. Just got a damaged engine to fix up. But good play there from VonAsten. He's got layers of his defense, you know, an MG with another MG in support, so it's going to be very hard to flank him as Jove.
This Panzerschwere headquarters already up 12 minutes in. This is good. VonAsten in most of these games so far has pretty much just waited for the Tiger. With the kind of territory he has at the moment, this could be coming very fast.
Reddened map slightly, just getting that edge, but with the extra strategic point on this map, it translates to a lot more resources per minute. And yeah, fast Schwer Panzer down considering the Lukes and Puma build, but it's a bit cheaper now. Comes at like half price, and then you have to pay the second half. But
yep,
at least gets your tech moving quicker for OKW in this patch.
A retreat here could be beautiful for. Could be beautiful for Jove. These mines everywhere.
More mines, more problems for the infantry at the moment for VonAsten. It's going the old school clearing way. Can't get that sweeper around the map enough.
Just saw the Zis gun barraging the house with the MG34 in it from OKW. Tier 4 is just completed in the northwest. The Lukes trying to chase down.
Even here's when Panzer authorization is complete. So yeah. Very, very sneaky radio intercept ability.
Well, these conscripts are not going to be able to stay on this fuel point for long. There's a lot of close range DPS. T70 picks up veterancy. Jove really struggling here at the moment. That was
a double trip player mine though. Oh, costly cap for Jove. Always making his opponent pay for any little ground game.
Absolutely. Tripwire flares. You should be, as Soviets, making use of these tools. What's impressive, though, is that he is making use of these tools. He's just not getting the end results from it. Nice smoke there. AT gun misses. The second one can't get a shot off, so we're going to get away unscathed.
I think Jove's got to have a talking to with this gun. It's missing a lot of shots. Can't seem to capitalize when that Puma poked in to try and finish off the T70 there.
The graph always looks a little bit higher for OKW at the start just because of the starting units, but in general you can see it's actually neck for neck. Where the difference is the points held, and this is where VonAsten's getting a huge lead at the moment. The map is currently 3 VPs for VonAsten.
And a triple cap, 45 fuel per minute for VonAsten. We could see one of the fastest P4s of this game if he chooses to go for it.
P4, I think he's going to be trying to get that Tiger out. He's already got his tier 4 up. I think he's going to rush for the fastest Tiger we've seen in the tournament.
True.
That's it.
Sadly, no Henson today. so far. Who knows what Loveness got up his sleeve later. But yeah, VonAsten really utilising his map pressure, concentrating on the VPs early, just compounding the problems for Jove.
Yeah, actually, access with a VP lead is a serious problem. As allies, you always want to have us, close the game as quick as possible, because access only gets stronger as the game progresses, as the veterancy picks up, especially with OKW, the only faction able to get 5 stars of veterancy instead of the standard 3, so you do not want to be letting the game go on to the point where...
as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely wants to close the show earlier, but the Flamethrowers do sneak through, even suppressed. They can melt an MG squad inside of buildings really fast, so that was quick on the finger there from VonAsten. Gets the hell out of there.
Jove has to play really defensively here. He's got the 2 AT guns. Let's have a look. At the moment, just a lot more mines being laid down. Sensible choice.
If anyone was built for defensive play, though, I think it's Jove. He revels in this.
Now, I did just hear through Jove's announcements that the Raketin had come through, and that means Radio Intercept is still going on there.
Yep.
And
still hooked up.
Yeah.
Breaking that code. Yeah, I'm surprised with this considered pressure from VonAsten on all parts of the map. Jove's trying to break out basically by going up the left-hand flank, but the Schwerpanzer almost covers the left VP. Meanwhile, down south, this gun finally connects, zeroed its sights, nails the Puma there on the nose.
The Puma needs to still be careful, especially as there are mines there. If the Puma does decide to sweep around, it could be problematic. Jove, I think, is trying to grab the right-hand VP and then sit on the center, maybe draw this out into a longer game. VonAsten is doing the right thing here. He's keeping that intense pressure up on the center and the right, and he's actually just abandoned the left. That's not important. If Jove wants to fight up there, it's only going to be advantageous for him later on in the game. So all this intense pressure on the right-hand side, really, really good strategy from VonAsten.
Well, yep, indeed. But what do you prefer, the big IS-2 or the Tiger for your late game? What do you think's gonna hit the field harder?
Honestly, the Tiger.
Okay.
To be honest. Yeah. I mean, the only reason I mainly say that, I think the Tiger complements OKW better than it does Austere, because you've always got these infantry pushing the site, so you actually get the field of vision. And the Tiger can just sit back, long range, really good anti-infantry capabilities, and just assist this amazing push.
Good point, because we've not seen a Tiger for OKW for long. It's only in the latest community released Commander Doctrines that we've finally been able to see this mix and match.
That's true. Jove has actually managed to reclaim the right-hand side now. He's got the center VP, so he's kind of stemmed the flow of VPs away from his initial 500. Just sitting on 250 right now. And VonAsten's got so much more time if things do go wrong. It's a great pushing flank from the Panzer II Lukes.
Get the snare off though, and that's one less conscript as well to worry about. One squad has gone down. And it just feels like VonAsten is going from strength to strength, isn't it? He was rocking and reeling in the first 2 games, but he's bounced back superbly well here.
T-70's maybe looking to hunt the Panzer II Lukes. Puma gets some great shots on it. And is VonAsten trying to go ahead and chase that? I'm not sure if that last shot connected, judging by the graphical animation there. I think it missed. Hit the ground. As the smoke is revealed. Vox Grenadiers are not in cover, I think, so they should get suppressed.
No. All huddled behind that one little sandbag, but wasn't enough. Trying to push each other out the way, get out the suppression arc there. But Jove and VonAsten now, both very close to getting their big heavy tank cordons.
Sight from this conscript. This is what he has to look out for. Defend against this!
some FPS action there within an RTS.
Well, I gotta say, like, Company of Heroes is a beautiful game. It could stand on its own in that way if it wanted to. Tier 4 going up for Jove. Is he going to wait for the IS-2? Is he going to bring something out from Tier 4, like the T-30, 485? He's teched up at this time, which sometimes means he might be doing that, you know, to actually get that unit.
And he's been hearing every step of the way what his opponent can build due to that radio intercept. So I think he's going to save all the way for the IS-2 here. Try and break out with double Ziz gun. Usually a good telltale sign for IS-2 score. I feel the
they just snuck around the edge of the arc of fire there. The Maxim with a quick setup. It should start the burst and get that suppression.
That's a late retreat though for the Maxim squad.
They whipped that out
in a way, but okay. Wow, proved me wrong. They're like, when they gotta go, they gotta go. That was a hella fast retreat. A lot of veterancy up on Jove's infantry though as well, and Vet 3 cons aren't anything to be sniffed at. And here it is, Dan. Your favourite.
Yep. We knew it was coming. We knew what VonAsten was doing. No surprises. He has played the same OKW every game in the series so far. There have been no surprises whatsoever. Jove is switching things up a little bit, and I think that's where the difference comes in. There isn't going to be, I mean, without the, obviously the Panzerschwerer headquarters, anything in the way of AT, anti-air. So the Sturmovik should Jove use. It would be a really good tool for helping to keep hold of the VPs in this game. Just has not got the munitions for all this mine planting. But this is what good mine planting will do.
Savage double mine.
VonAsten knew not to go forwards then.
Yeah. Counter's losses. Oh, and the heavy crushability from the Tiger. Popping his head through the... Here's Johnny through that hedge. Just to say hello to the T-70. Scampers back the hell out of there. Massive mismatch there.
Yeah, I have to say, Jove isn't in bad shape here. I mean, he's also got high veterancy on his units. He's got the tools that he needs. He's just been a bit down on map control. But I think there'll be a fight for the middle. We could see this go into a longer game.
Yeah, he's kind of stemmed the flow of 45 fuel no more for VonAsten, so that's good work from Jove.
Oh, this is risky from the Tiger. There's a mine so close. 80 guns are trying to reconfigure to get the shots. One.
Is he going to go for the attack round? No, doesn't risk it. Tiger tank gets out, but it's half HP.
We're going to see a barrage here on the MG. You ready
Yep,
for it?
Called.
It's going to go down.
Barrage, believe. Oh, Jesus. Oh, he came out the front of the house.
That's interesting.
Straight meeting the shells head on.
Puma hit a mine on the right-hand side. It's very, very close to going down. Where is the T-70?
Oh.
80 gun gets it with the ground attack through the smoke.
Great
It's
shot
beautiful.
there from
Another
Jove.
mine goes off. Volksgrenadier is suppressed. Maxim needs to manually target both the squads here, but they do manage to get off an incendiary grenade, which is going to make sure the Maxim cannot stay in that position. T-70 now. Just kind of got to wait time because the IS-2 has arrived on the field, and Jove managed to do it. Jove managed to hold out to this point where he got the heavy to match the Tiger. This game's just started heating up in a big way.
This could spell curtains for the nukes.
Absolutely.
IS-2 just wants to blap it. There we go. Boom.
Well, VonAsten needs to be careful now. That window of time was a very short-lived window of time for the Tiger to be the dominant unit on the field. And Jove is going to take that second VP.
Big morale loss for VonAsten as well. He must have felt like he was sitting pretty. He had this in the bag, triple caps and everything, but Jove's bounced straight back. What a topsy-turvy series. Gone already to the Game 5, but even within this Game 5. So back and forth. I love it.
Let's look at the army values at the moment. You see they've really started to come into this point where they're neck and neck now. Yeah, Raketten there, I think, just trying to be annoying. Don't even know if it has any vision for this. No, it doesn't. Just taking a guess shot.
Has it been the ultimate troll from Jove just to give VonAsten 2 more games? Get that extra practice in and then.
If you are joining us, by the way, from Twitch front page, welcome. And we are currently in the 3rd place playoffs for the World Championship 2019. We're in the 5th game, the ace game between 2 players who have just been battling for hours at this point. It's been a huge series so far.
Definitely, and they don't want to give up on this. This is $2,000 for the 3rd place and $900 for the 4th place, so a lot between the 2 finishing points. VonAsten, though, came in 2 games down, pulled it back to 2-all, and then in this final game 5, it looks like it's swinging in the momentum of Jove at the moment. It's got the IS-2 double AT gun, pushing off that Tiger, licking his wounds now.
I just want to say, whilst this is still on screen, this is one of the best formations for Company of Heroes 2. 2 AT guns, the insane sight from the T-70, which is in recon mode, and then a big heavy unit at the front, like the IS-2, to take kind of all of the hits.
Yeah, good point. That cheeky T-70 late game still proving its worth with that.
You couldn't have a better you honestly couldn't have a better composition. VonAsten's in trouble. We'll actually say this. Stern Pioneers are Vet 2 at the moment. Veteran C3 would give them increased repairs, so they're actually not the best in repairs they can be at the moment.
Just get lobbing those stun grenades around, hoping for better veterancy up, but yeah. I think this is definitely Jove's to lose now at the moment.
Yes.
Cement in the later game here.
It is. I mean, VonAsten is not without resources at the moment. It looks like he might be able to get some more out soon. It's just how he plays this Tiger is going to be the real decider in whether he wins or not. Does not want to get too close into this engagement. IS-2 lands a huge shot. There is artillery down from the Tiger, trying to just shift the positions of the AT guns.
And elsewhere on the map, a Volksgrenadier squad goes down for VonAsten, so he's finally losing his first infantry squad.
Yeah. He's gone down here.
Or to a Molotov, probably. But yeah, IS-2 still alive, Tiger still alive. Anything can happen when these big heavy tanks are on the field.
That's right. Of course, what a great position to be in for Jove. Still has radio intercept, so whatever VonAsten thinks about using to bring on the field to counter this, Jove's going to know.
But now, finally, VonAsten gets the P4 after the Tiger tank. It's a little less lonely now, is the Tiger tank, so he's going to have a brother to help through this later game. These double Zis guns are just improvised Katusha here.
Yeah. This is exactly how you should be using them. Great use of the Maxim here, suppressing the Volksgrenadier squads. VonAsten is trying to split his squads to negate that arc of fire, just put a lot of pressure on Jove to manually target and suppress. The Tiger keeps diving forwards, and it's
yeah. I think he just wants that faster veterancy. He's like, alright, shoot at me.
I think so. I think so. But it's a really big front line to try and deal with. Having the IS-2, having the suppression platform of a Vet 2 Maxim. Now, VonAsten might decide to go for some kind of off-map. He's actually got it with the Tiger. Yeah. We saw him dive in there, use his munitions. Oh, right, okay, he's building the Stuka. Didn't actually see that.
Bye-bye, P4.
Yeah, now this is a very, very sensible choice. And good to see him just diversifying from what he has done in the previous games. By getting this unit.
Now let's see if he's got that inner defiant Dutchman spirit. He could wipe probably 3 weapon squads with one huge barrage here.
Yeah, I hope he waits for the right time. If he reveals that he's got the Stuka now and kind of unloads that a bit too early, that's going to be problematic. He also needs to make sure. Okay, he's going to do it. Does he know? Does he even know?
Here we go, first barrage.
Is he going for the bait?
All in. Cheeky one. Oh, went from the behind the battle lines and crept it forward.
Yeah, no, I think that's a mistake, to be honest. He was trying to get lucky there. I think maybe he knew that those AT guns were going back to base to heal. Yeah. But now that that's been revealed, Jove is going to know to to kind of reconfigure. He probably heard it come on through the radio intercept as well. So
yeah, but I think he was trying to use the radio intercept against him by saying, okay, he's going to pull everything back and then catch him on his way back home. But no,
that is next level.
Didn't quite, get the
next level mind games.
Radioception, inception style strategy going. Tiger tank womping away. Has it got the Panzer Commander upgrade? I think. Would give the artillery upgrade for VonAsten. Definitely needs some off-map help here.
No.
Down goes the Raketten too.
Yeah, Raketten is essential. In fact, VonAsten is already trying to rebuild because I think he realizes that Raketten has gone now. Smoke to try and help, but it isn't going to help. I think the Stern Pioneers are even going to go in and try to get it. That's how essential the Raketten is.
Oh no, we saw what happened to him. Okay, they get away, they get away. Could have lost the whole squad there
Yeah.
if he lost the model before capping. Second Raketten in the build. VonAsten definitely needs that. Loses another Raketten crew going back. He can recruit that though with Volks, which are cheaper than the Stern Pyros. Needs to get that Stuka singing and fast. If he doesn't wipe these Vet 3 Ziz guns, it's going to spell very, very hard for VonAsten to push him with any kind of concerted armor effort.
Yeah, something has to happen. Jove is quite rightly being aggressive on the VPs. Jove had half of his VPs taken down by VonAsten in the early game. He has to adjust that, create a bit more of a balance. And he's doing so. Great to see that's the focus. Stuka here is, I believe, firing in a great position. Wipes the veteran C3 on one of the AT guns. A really, really important
there,
wipe.
Yeah, definitely needed that. And the second crew's very low on HP, so he's going to have to bring that one home. Recruiting it though is Jove. The Vet 3 T70 sneaking around, giving all that vision. Such a combo.
Well, the Raketten there set up just outside of the VPs is currently not capping, which I think it was intended to.
Helping hands-esque we saw in the quarterfinals with that pedal squad.
We've seen players go out in this tournament because of things like that.
Gotta get in there, Raketten. There he goes, there he goes.
Well, let's just have a look. Vet 3 on the MG34 there. The IS-2 comes in and wants to deal with that. Raketten should get a nice first shot off. No, VonAsten is going to retreat that.
Yeah, it's just damage limitation for him at the moment now. Needs to get through this storm, this hail of armor coming in from Jove.
There's the Tiger in all this. Tiger's currently eating shots from the AT gun. That goes down. This is such good pressure from Jove.
But stout defense as well from VonAsten, you know. He's not giving this one up easy. It's the last game of best of 5 series.
Nice
He's made it all this way. He doesn't want to let it go now. Yeah, good base camp from there on the eastern flank there with the Maxim.
Absolutely.
Good
seeing mines
utilization.
being laid here, by the way. Looks like a lot of mines. So when Jove does move back from the map,
yeah, it's going to be costly.
Yeah, it's creating problems. Future problems for VonAsten. Tiger absolutely needs to continue wiping the veterancy off of these AT guns. Artillery just dropped from the Tiger on top of one of the recruit AT guns, so this could go down again pretty fast. They just managed to get out of there in time. Vet 3 wiped off of the other AT gun. Really, really important stuff going on here. Just wiping that veterancy is going to make it a lot easier for VonAsten to push the map. If he can actually clear the AT gun, which he is trying to do now.
Similarly with the IS-2 though, wants to return the favor and hard wipe a Raketten. Could get it. But if you A-click the holes of the guns, you can totally wipe them out. That's what he was trying to go for, but brings back his tank just in case. Suddenly those flamethrowers, veterancy 2 each, it's pretty good late game investment because it's got very fast repair rates now. It does Sub-Joe.
Absolutely. There you go. A moving the Rex there. Now it means that Jove is going to have to purchase the AT gun again rather than being able to recruit it from the field. VonAsten has just come out of an onslaught. The bigger man, I think.
Yeah. Definitely survived that wave of attacks from Jove, but still has the Stuka, an ultimate comeback unit if utilized well.
Yeah, Stuka's just lying in wait for the moment, looking for that next opportunity. Rakettens now have a key role in actually just defending parts of the map from flanks, whilst the Tiger does heavy work from the front and center.
Yeah, and VonAsten needs to get utilizing his, recrew his MG's squads first and get suppressing these cons, because then that's perfect to double up with the Stuka whilst you know your opponent has to retreat from a suppressed position.
Very, very risky retreat. Retreating with a few models there. IS-2 already repaired and back in action. You just want to see the engineers have, both of them are Vet 2, so both of those Soviet engineers have increased repair speeds, and that's obviously crucial just because you want the IS-2 to be in there, taking the hits and back on the field as soon as possible. There's the shot from the Stuka.
Yeah. Tries to catch the conscripts off guard. Bit of a whiff there.
Oh, big hit from the Raketten. Tiger didn't get a chance to do anything. Artillery call to shake up the position of the AT gun.
Sneaky Mageddon snipe there. Veterancy 2 had that extended range as well from the last patch of this game. So, yeah, utilized fully from VonAsten there. I think he's weathered the storm pretty damn well, considering that.
Yes. Jove is got this second AT gun back out. He's also going for an SU-85, which would be a very, very good complement to the IS-2. We're also just waiting to see a pick from VonAsten now. A couple of things he definitely hasn't done is perhaps get the battle grouper to heal his infantry. At the moment, he's still using the Stern Pioneers to lay the medical supplies. He has not got in-base healing. So the Stern Pioneers are just having to do so much work.
Definitely with that sweeping as well. Constant mine laying from Jove. But the silver lining would be that the Volks can self-heal at Veterancy 4 and 5. So that's a bit of a plus there for VonAsten as we move into this super late game. I think definitely needs JP4 to counter this SU-85. Nope, that's been cancelled and changed for Katusha from Jove. So he wants to get his own back with that that Stuka wipe earlier. Dushka going to work from the IS-2 and the main gun.
Oh!
Oh! Synchronized decrewage of the Rakettans there.
This is why you need healing, because if your Rakettan crews are low health, this kind of thing happens. Oh. That was a huge hit. By the way, Tiger is now Veterancy 3 and still going.
Just think they gave up the other crew. They saw their brothers in arms die next to them. They're like, oh, I can't go on, Klaus. But yeah, good blap there from the IS-2. Can it be followed up with the Katusha? Pump action range, maybe.
Right-hand side, Stuka just trying to clear the conscripts off there. VonAsten going to buy himself a little bit more time on the VP. Tiger goes in, tries to get that squad wipe.
Yeah, Tiger, Veterancy 3 is... I don't know if that's considered an ace. It would be if you were Wehrmacht, but as OKW can go all the way up to Veterancy 5.
Just look at the vision given by this T-70, allowing the Katusha to fire with precision like rockets. That actually wiped one of the Rakettans, by the way, so VonAsten will be forced to take that back. Also, JU-87s are coming in at the moment, so there's just increased chaos.
Volk's going to do a squad goes down. Everything's kicking off now. Jove in full pursuit. IS-2's going to... Nope. Still patient, Jove.
No anti-air on the tier 4. Just going to let these...
and no MG42 on the Tigers, so can't even shoot it down with that.
The IL-2 Sturmovik strike is really good, actually. It's just such a good anti-infantry call-in. It's going to allow for the IS-2 now to roll up onto the field. But look at that, Vet 4 on that Tiger now. Oh, Rakettan's down again. I almost feel like
that's been decrewed about 4 times now.
Yeah.
Poor Rakettan crew. Oh, and finally gets wiped from the IS-2.
This is a serious issue for VonAsten now. He's lost a lot of units. He's up against high veterancy from his opponent's 7-man conscript squads. And he's really running on very little. Now he's got 280 fuel. Surely he can come up with an anti-tank counter.
I think JP4 would be a good choice, but do you just save it and say, okay, if I do lose my Tiger, I can instantly call in another one, but I don't think he has the infantry presence to play for the stall like that, as Jove in an earlier game lost his IS-2, bam, a new one came on straight away, and he could do that in this game as well. Swimming in fuel.
It's a nice hit.
Yep.
Probably wasn't what he wanted, but...
Pushing off the AT gun at least. Both are down to 3 models each, but these 7-man cons, they're so versatile. So robust late game.
Jove's got to be feeling pretty good about himself. At the start of this game, he was taken down to 250 VPs incredibly quickly by VonAsten. He's kept his cool. He has built a composition that works, and he is just playing it slowly up the map. T-70 is probably one of the most annoying things on the map for VonAsten right now. Katusha going for the tier 4 position, and that would be really good to take that down, stop any counters.
Yeah, Jove's going to fight tooth and nail to keep that up. Needs it for his... because he can't call in another Tiger tag without it. So it's definitely fighting strongly for that one. But it's almost like Jove has compound interest on all his points. As soon as they get into that later game, they seem to be so much more expensive to take. And he's definitely mastered the art, the knack of the late game, this Jove, I think.
Jove is he's experienced at doing this kind of thing as well.
Yeah, as AE was showing us earlier on in the cast, all the previous tournaments, Jove's name was up there a lot of the time. Battle-hardened, experienced player of CoH2, veterancy 5, Tiger, hero of the fatherland for VonAsten now though. If anything can pull you back into games, surely it's a Vet 5 Tiger.
Here come the IL-2 Sturmovik planes once again, trying to clear all the infantry off of the map. These units have on a hell of a retreat.
Tomato ketchup packs splurting everywhere from that squad. They make it home though.
That's right. Looks like Jove is making his way over to the left VP. It's an MG34 Vet 4 covering that. Once again, you just see the T70 the sight given off of that. You can actually see where the Tiger is just from the repairing Stern Pioneers. And where is the Katusha? Katusha's nearly ready to fire again.
Stuka strike though, meanwhile. Oh, just debated again by Jove. Excellent movement with his AT guns all game, I must say. But that $2,000, it's a lot of Benjamin Franklin's on the line. VonAsten's not going to give up. Vet 5, what does it do? Just get a railgun or?
The Vet 5 is actually really, really strong, and we've just seen the Stern Pioneers hit Veteran C3, so now the repair speed is up there. VonAsten actually has just got a really, really big advantage in this game. In fact, he can go in with the Tiger now. The accuracy is better. The rate of fire is better.
Wow!
It is a machine.
Like a PPSH now, Tiger.
Katusha there, trying to get some shots on the Volksgrenadiers. Wipes here on the Vet 5 would be down. Horrendous. The AT gun goes down again.
Everything in disarray at the moment. What is this from VonAsten? Super bounce back. Tiger just taking everything on.
Jove could
insta-buy another IS-2 though, we've got to remember that, but he definitely won't want to lose the Veterancy 2 heavy tank.
Absolutely not. It's really important that VonAsten keeps this unit alive. Veterancy is OKW's saving grace, so even though he's got a lot less units on the field, they are much better fighters. Tiger here, I think, just trying to get back in. And the Stern Pioneers died, by the way, in these
just
engagements.
As they hit the Vet 3.
Just as they hit the Vet 3. And I think VonAsten's going to have to go for another squad of Stern Pioneers. I can't imagine relying on the repair Pioneers from the mechanized regiment.
Crucially, still 3 squads of conscripts though for Jove. Uwar's out of the way of the incoming rockets. Great play against 43 minutes into a 5th game, and he's still got the presence, using every ability available to him to keep his squads alive and fighting, defending those crucial VP points.
That's a huge showing. Of course, Jove does have 2 Vet 3 engineers, and that means the IS-2 is already kind of back up and ready to fight.
Super Captain Fix-It mode for Jove's engineers, but yep, Stern Pioneers finally come back on. Let's hope they get better luck than the previous squad. But with the crucial thing is, I think taking out that Katusha is great for VonAsten.
Yeah.
He no longer has to worry about that one. If he can just get out of this death grip from Jove, I think he's got, yeah, as you said, that Vet 5 Tiger. He's got the better heavy tank, I think.
Repairs on this. Everyone's frantically like, come on, come on, this is all we have.
That one amazing player in your rugby team, like, you have to play, I don't care if you're injured.
His leg's not broken, it's not broken, get him back on the field. That is the situation though, that's actually the situation. They need the speed, they need the firepower, they need the intensity that the Tiger brings. The rotation speed of the turret means that the T-34 can't even flank. It's a huge, huge vehicle. Can he get the ground attack? No, he's going to retarget for the IS-2. There are hits coming on from the Riketten.
Saw the big Papa IS-2 coming out the corner of his eye. But to see the way it chomped through the HP of that T-34-85, that was 4 hits in a row. No problemo from this Tiger ace.
It's fast. It's really fast.
OKW star. I'm so glad I've got to see one. I don't think I've seen one in these final games, but yeah, VonAsten putting everything on show for this OKW faction today.
Enemy aircraft, you heard it, called by the Soviets. Smoke being dropped in the center. Why?
I don't know.
Just to cover Jove whilst he caps the center VP. Not sure what that was about.
Maybe he's trying to smoke out the engineers, give him lung cancer or something long term. I don't know. But yeah, questionable usage there of his munitions, which aren't, you know, he's not really swimming in that many munitions at the moment.
Oh, was that a squad fight?
Finally, a conscript, yeah. Full conscript right there, hiding behind the hedge.
That is a huge hit.
Big clumped up, and yeah, great spot there, Dan. VonAsten whippity wipes it with his Vet 2 now, Stuka. Faster reload time, so you can see a lot more barrages coming from that in the future.
I love this. Jove even capping with the T-70 when it's not needed on the front lines. Stuka should be able to break any defenses on the center VP. For VonAsten, it's just juggling. He's got to keep control of the VP on the left and also be aggressive in the center. He's coming up to 100 VPs remaining. The IS-2 is delivering huge shots on the Volksgrenadiers. In fact, this Volksgrenadier squad could go down. The T-70 chases. It is a wipe. That is huge.
Shazam! T-70 takes it down at max range. It's got unbelievable fire rate at Vet 3 as well.
Just to make things even harder for this Tiger, Jove is going to call out Su-85.
It's so big though to lose a squad at this stage as OKW. He's got one Volksgrenadier left. Was that the GG moment for Jove? He'd be so happy about that one. T-70 paying big for keeping it alive to this. Late on, 46 minutes, T-70 still going.
No, it's a crazy game 5. It really, really is. And it still does have legs. Another Raketten's going to be coming out for VonAsten.
Surprised to see any Panzer Fusiliers. Pretty good late game with a lot of veterancy. Can't afford the Munis.
All of this going on is just crucial stuff.
Ooh, fixing his Tiger tank in the arc of a fire. That's risky on the stern pyros. Just about gets away with it. You can see them taking the splash damage HP there. Gotta watch out. You can't take your eye off the second.
Tiger look at the vision the Tiger gets on this veterancy. That's big.
It's like Command Panther Plus.
Spot for itself. IL-2 Sturmovik comes in again from Jove, trying to clear the defenses out in the center. A Stuka gets dropped onto the central VP. The MG34 is hanging in there, meaning that VP is just neutralized. And I'm also sensing a little bit of desperation from Jove. It's like he feels this is in his grasp, but he's losing it slowly. The longer and longer he keeps VonAsten in this game.
Indeed. So many people must be licking their lips now, wanting to play this game after watching this, especially with it becoming free to play this weekend. And yeah, what a showcase we've got here from these two fine players. It brought it down to the last game of Best of 5 series, all trading lever all the way to the end.
So crazy, so crazy. Jove equally getting big shots off on the map. Vet 4 on the Raketten, penetrating way more often. IL-2 Sturmovik, oh my, wipes it.
Vet 2 or 3 at least for Raketten. That's a big blow, and I think it's just the compounding of this not having enough healing. He's going to have to constantly put out those medical crates for his Raketten crews. They can't self-heal at any veterancy, so yeah, big play there from Jove. Spamming the ILTs.
More smoke.
What's that air supremacy?
Yeah, I think he's using it for recon.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to see what's there. In fact, he's using it for recon for the Stuka. That is the reason why. But nearly got the IS-2 with that strike. It's good actually. It's a very sensible thing to do. It's actually a good use of the munitions.
Maxim just about survived as well there. Down to 2 conscript squads though for Jove. It's getting so close in terms of the infantry count for both teams. Oh, Tiger's range. That is next level. Look at it.
Yep.
Fires like a T-70 now. This could be the... Oh, takes it down. Max range. Good night Vienna for the T-70.
Yeah, again, just really really, really important. The T70 was just giving so much sight for the AT guns earlier, and then for the SU-85.
It's such a loss for Jove.
Yeah.
I can't call this one at all. I don't know which way it's going. This Tiger just is taking on the game himself and in a mind of his own, but desperately close now. If that
The Vet 5 Tiger goes down. That is it.
Suddenly I know how this game is going.
One moment, and VonAsten knew that there was absolutely nothing after that. What an ace game for this series. GG. Jove 3rd place, VonAsten 4th.
Achtung! Angriffstruppe ist unterwegs. Ziel erkannt.